What is going on, everyone? The Houston Texans will be playing the Miami Dolphins tomorrow here in H-Town. It is week 2 of the preseason, and it is the Houston Texans preseason home opener. I think it's going to absolutely be jam-packed tomorrow. If you are going to the game, let me know. I will be there tailgating with the Nuff Said tailgaters. They do a fantastic job. Everyone gets absolutely slaughtered. There is a reason why they were voted #1 tailgating by Houston Texans fans. Now today, I'm going to give you 2 things we need to see on offense and 2 things we need to see on defense in tomorrow's Houston Texans versus Miami Dolphins preseason week 2 matchup. And welcome everyone to the 713 Houston Sportcast. I am your host, Ruben Calavillo. I drop daily Houston Texans content, so make sure you guys are following me on my Twitter, Instagram, TikTok for the latest Houston Texans news, rumors, and updates. And if you are new here to the channel, welcome. I am trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the season. Please help me get there, and thank you guys for the continued and endless support throughout this journey. It has been a ride. Now, the first thing that we need to see tomorrow is rookie quarterback CJ Stroud. Now, I could honestly say this is going to be one of the most anticipated and watched preseason games that the Houston Texans ever had. I need CJ Stroud to go out there and make a statement. This is a statement game for the rookie quarterback. The amount of bust comments I see under every post, every tweet, every Instagram pic, they have been going at CJ Stroud even though he only threw 4 passes. Now, this past week in training camp, CJ Stroud has looked very good, looked very solid in day 1 in joint practices versus the Miami Dolphins, and looked kind of rough in the day 2 matchup on Thursday. But for CJ Stroud, I need to see at least 60 yards, hopefully a rushing touchdown or a passing touchdown. They are going against a very good Miami Dolphins defense, but CJ Stroud, this is your moment. You are going to be in H-Town. The stands, the crowd, they are going to be behind you. We want to see you succeed. Me personally, I want to see you dominate tomorrow and shut up all the critics. CJ Stroud, go out there and have yourself a day tomorrow. Number 2, this offensive line. One of the reasons why CJ Stroud looks so uncomfortable in last week's preseason game against the Patriots, he was basically running for his life every play. He was without 3 starting offensive linemen. So head coach DeMeco Ryans mentioned yesterday that all Houston Texans players will be available for this game tomorrow, and it will be the first time CJ Stroud will have the first team offensive line, which consists of Laremy Tunsil, Kenyon Green, Juice Scruggs, Shaq Mason, and George Fant. Would be Titus Howard, but as we all know, he broke his hand maybe about a week ago. He will have Dameon Pierce and Devin Singletary. CJ Stroud is going to have all his weapons tomorrow, but as we all know, for an offense, the O-line is the foundation, and I need to see them keep the starting quarterback upright. I need to see them creating lanes for Dameon Pierce and Devin Singletary. We have invested so much into this offensive line. The only 3-year contracts that were given out this offseason were to Laremy Tunsil, were to Shaq Mason, and Titus Howard. This O-line definitely has so much to prove, and the past couple of practices, they haven't been successful against the Miami Dolphins D-line. George Fant continues to struggle. I am going to be closely watching him in tomorrow's game. Kenyon Green, he had a strong day 1 against the Miami Dolphins, but a horrible day 2. I am going to be watching him as well. This offensive line this year, guys, it is so key and so crucial for the Houston Texans. Now, this is the most I've seen the Houston Texans invest into their offensive line. We've had 2 previous franchise quarterbacks, David Carr, Masaj Watson, and both these quarterbacks are listed on the top 10 most sacked season ever in NFL history. David Carr is on there twice. Throughout the Houston Texans history, man, we have been known for not having a good offensive line, and I hope that changes under new head coach DeMeco Ryans and this new Houston Texans regime, because they've invested so much. I need to see them be a standout in tomorrow's preseason Week 2 matchup against the Miami Dolphins. Now, switching to the defense, who were the star in last week's preseason matchup against the Patriots, only allowed 9 points. The swarm mentality was on full effect. If you don't know what swarm means, special work ethic and relentless mindset, that was created by our head coach DeMeco Ryans, and that just gets me fired up for some Houston Texans football. But when you're talking about this defense, number one that I want to see tomorrow is Derek Stingley versus Tyreek Hill. Now, the past couple of practices, Derek Stingley has had himself a very good training camp. In the day 2 of joint practices against the Miami Dolphins, he broke up a pass he was covering Chosen Anderson, and then a couple plays later, basically runs a route for the Miami Dolphins receiver, gets the interception thrown by Tua Tagovailoa, and would have took it back to the house for a pick 6. Look, we are all expecting Derek Stingley to break out in year 2. I'm thinking this guy could be a Pro Bowler, an All-Pro, but tomorrow it is going to be really fun to see if the Miami Dolphins throw his way, because the Patriots didn't do that, right? Derek Stingley had 8 covered snaps and no balls thrown his way. I wonder if they're going to try to expose him and see what he has, but this will be a great showing on what we're going to get from Derek Stingley come week 1 and the rest of the NFL season, and what better competition than Tyreek Hill. And Tyreek Hill has had some nice plays at training camp, and day 1 almost ended the day with a 48-yard catch and run. Thank God he was stopped early, but we all know how that ended with a Jalen Petrie pick 6. But I am definitely watching Derek Stingley tomorrow. The second thing I will be watching from the Houston Texans defense is this linebacking core, because this is becoming a strength for the Houston Texans. Denzel Perryman, Christian Harris, Blake Cashman, Henry TuaTua, Corey Littleton, all these guys have been making plays throughout training camp, and the question is, who is going to stand out? Christian Harris has been absolutely balling out. Do we see a heavy dose of rookie Henry TuaTua? But this linebacker group, man, is going to be something fun to watch the entire game. They have been the surprising of this defensive unit, which is crazy, right? Because head coach DeMeco Ryans specialized with the linebackers with the San Francisco 49ers, but I just did not see this type of production coming from this LB group. And I'll give you one more, man. Can this Houston Texans defense continue the same energy like what they had against the Patriots? It wasn't just one Houston Texan making a tackle. It was multiple Houston Texans. They were fighting the entire game, no matter if it was a preseason. And the intensity in play didn't fall down when the first stringers, second stringers, third stringers, fourth stringers came out. It was there the entire time. If we see this defense once again have a strong showing, have that swarm mentality, then I think it's a great sign that we hired head coach DeMeco Ryans. I've been saying it since he stepped into the building. He has already changed this Houston Texans team, and I think we are going to see it tomorrow, guys. It is the preseason home opener. I promise you that stadium's going to be filled. You guys let me know if you will be there. And for more daily Houston Texans content, follow me for more. Go Texans. Have a very blessed day.